Taya reporting for the Real News Network in Cambridge, Maryland. During time in our country's history when we're suffering from more racial strife than ever, Americans have gathered together here in a new museum to celebrate one of our nation's heroes, Harriet Tubman. As the Real News has continued its ongoing coverage of the Lower Eastern Shore and its continuing racial tensions, few narratives like this have emerged.
I think that with education there comes understanding, and I think that this is a good thing that it's opening in this time because it will give people information that maybe they did not have before.
From the vote to keep the Talbot Boy statue commemorating the Confederate Army on the Easton Courthouse lawn, to the firing of Pocomoke's first black police chief, Kelvin Sewell, amid allegations of racism, the Eastern Shore has been embroiled in conflicts over race that appear to have little hope of resolution. Do you think there's any tension here about keeping Confederate statues and monuments as opposed to celebrating civil rights heroes?
I feel like that is a really hard thing in the South because, I mean, I know I have friends that still want to fly their Confederate flags, and it's just kind of this idea, I feel like, I think it all depends on what you feel like that celebrates. You know, if you feel like the Confederate flag celebrates slavery and celebrates that, then I find something insulting about that. But if there are other reasons that you feel like the Confederate flag is important and those types of heroes are important, then I think that can be a good thing. So I think it all depends on where your heart is with that a little bit, you know, and what your motivation is.
But today at the grand opening of the Harriet Tubman Museum, the narrative of race in America took on a different tone, not of indifference or acrimony, but of hope.
So for what it means for a person like myself, it's the end of a long journey to say to our state, all history is important. And when you look at the name Harriet Tubman, it's not just so much Tubman, it's what she represented, the freedom seekers of her day. And so for our state to finally come to this kind of recognition for someone like that, it's a very tremendous day for our state, yes.
The museum commemorates Tubman's mythic efforts to transport slaves from Maryland's Lower Eastern Shore to freedom. But to the people who showed to get a first look at the exhibits, the day had deeper meaning.
I am definitely afraid of people like Steve Bannon, who is in the Oval Office, and I see this as an opening where younger people, hopefully, will be able to look at what has happened in the past and see that they don't want to go back this way. Maybe they won't go back as far as slavery, but it'll be a new slavery. So I definitely see this as an opening for younger people to really come in, see what has happened, and decide not to get caught up.
Her spirit and tenacity we don't realize the time, the energy, the perseverance it took to do what she did. And today I don't think it could be done.
Us as black folks need to come and see what was, you know, everyone went through, and to be proud of ourselves and to really encourage us to do better.
Slavery be anything but own you. So you don't own your own self, child. You hear me? But I want you to know your Underground Railroad is here too. Your Underground Railroad, child, be education. You hear what I said? What I said to you? Education. The more you get, the more free you stay.
This is Taya and Stephen Janis reporting for the Real News Network on Maryland's Lower Eastern Shore.